recording. Happy 2024! Oh my gosh. First of all, apologies. I missed doing a video for the last Friday of the year. So I figured I'd do a midweek video as before, first Friday video later this week to make up for it. Hopefully you guys are okay with that. Now, as you can see here, we're doing a tier list. Azurine and I talked about the games that she streamed and played in the year 2023. I was there for a few of them, so that's why some of them are on this list. And some of them I've included as well as games I've streamed. I'm counting streaming as being on her channel as well. But yeah, I did not play nearly as many different games as Azurine played, so this is my list. Apologies for the question marks. I'm still new to doing tier lists, so I tried to find a tier list that was blank, and whatever one I found had a bunch of question marks on it. So just ignore those. Those don't mean anything. But yeah, let's get into it here. So also no Azurine in the video since we did the video talking about her games. I figured I'd film this while she was at work, and today's my one day off of the week. So these are just the games that I played. So if you want to know what games she played, I will link the video that she made with me in the description. But for now, let's get on with the list here. So let's just first of all go through the games that I did stream. We got Brothers: A Tale of Two Sons, which I streamed on Father's Day with Azurine. That was a lot of fun. Definitely don't want to rank it too low. Kind of wish there was a little more to it. I'm pretty sure we got it all done in one stream. It was a bit of a long stream, but we got it all done. Yeah, I'd say it's B tier. B for Brothers. But seriously, if you have not played this game, it is both something you can play alone and co-op. You control these two brothers, the older brother and the younger brother. I was the younger brother. And yeah, you're off on a quest to find a way to save your dad, which is why we streamed it on Father's Day. It's about the only bit about it that I knew going in. And yeah, the controls are very simple. Each of you, basically is able to move and interact with objects, including talking to characters. I believe there was no English dialogue. I think it's all like implied that they speak a language outside of our own, or perhaps it is a real language and I just didn't know the language. I'm not sure. It's been like I said, it was a while ago. But yeah, it's quite the story. There's a few achievements that I accidentally missed getting, so I may end up going back off stream and collecting those achievements because I'm an achievement hunter. I like getting them chivos. Next is Castlevania. Shoot, I can't remember the name of this one. Yeah, the Castlevania game that I streamed. Actually, some clips of me playing that one. But yeah, it is tough. I am not an expert Castlevania player. I borrowed my friend's Castlevania games as a kid. I definitely remember Castlevania 3 the most. But yeah, the gameplay in this is tough. It is hard. I did not complete this. I got stuck at the 6th or 7th chapter in the fight against death. I couldn't beat him. But mostly the game was exceptionally bad for me to play when I was playing as the guy, as was it Richter Belmont. But when you got, I want to say Maria, when you got the girl, which I can't remember if I looked it up how to save her or not, but maybe I figured it out on my own. But once you get her, the game is much more fun to play. She shoots out birds and all kinds of other different things. She's a magic user. She doesn't just use close combat attacks. So she was a lot more fun to play with. That's how I managed to get as far as I did. I actually unlocked like all the routes. I think it's a multi-branching pathway sort of thing, which was kind of neat. But the level with death in it is apparently shared by the both of them. But yeah, I got stuck on that one. But I'm gonna put it in C tier because I don't think it was as good as Brothers. We finished Brothers. Brothers I thought was a great game. But yeah, next is The Room. The Room was fantastic. I'm putting it in A tier. I don't think I'll put it in S tier. I got stuck a fair few times. I was very thankful. I believe Marcus Kun was the one who showed up there to help me out. But I needed a little bit of guidance. Granted, there was an in-game hint system that I could have used. But being an achievement hunter, I know that a lot of times games will mark you down points for using any in-game hints. Though I'm playing on the Switch, so there aren't trophies for the Switch version. I don't know. I was just being stubborn. But yeah, I probably would have had a much better time playing that without an audience if I used the hint. But I did have an audience, and I had Marcus Kuhn there who was able to nudge me in the right direction. They didn't spoil anything for me, as I recall, but they helped me guide me to where I needed to go in a gentle way, and I very much appreciate that. So yeah, shout out to Marcus Kuhn. You were very helpful for that. And I hope to get the sequels to this game. I need to remember to get those. Alright, next is the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Shredder's Revenge. That is definitely going in S tier. I streamed this both with Azurine and with Teddy Deadrat, where we recently played through the arcade mode on the highest difficulty. There was a little bit of an issue with the game, the online connecting, like dropping us a few times. But I'm not going to blame the game for that. But we kind of suspect that that kind of helped us in order to clear the game. It is really hard on the hardest difficulty, so definitely. Definitely, recommend that you stick with the lower difficulties. We also a little further ago beat the new mode. I can't think of the name of it though, where you basically warp through different dimensions, collecting gems. I had tried getting through that with Azurine. We struggled quite a bit. But yeah, with a couple other people there, Teddy had a few other. Was it Flame Hyanard, boss character from Mega Man X7? Horrible game, but great friend. We managed to complete. We fought the Shredder, the Super Shredder fight there, and we ended up quitting out. We weren't sure what was going to happen, and they didn't manage to tell us that. It didn't matter. We could have kept going if we wanted to, but it was also getting late. But yeah, definitely recommend this game. If you liked, if you've ever played Ninja Turtles, Turtles in Time, or you like Ninja Turtles, you like beat 'em up games, all great reasons to get this game and the DLC as well. Highly, highly, highly recommended if being put in S tier isn't a clear indication. Next is the Cowabunga Collection. I don't remember how much of this I actually got to play, but I want to say Azurine and I did play some of it. I'm going to stick that in B tier as well. It does have, it's a pretty sizable collection of games, all from the arcade NES and SNES and Genesis era. Yeah, they're pretty fun games. But they're like a lot of the Game Boy games and NES games. I actually do have the first two NES games, but yeah, they're bad. Some of them are really bad games, but that's not the collection's fault. That is the fact that they existed, and they wanted to make sure they were on there. But yeah, we also play the Tournament Fighter games, which I think is mainly what we probably what I probably played on this. But I watched her play through them, and of course I played most of the other ones. We did play through the Genesis version of Turtles in Time, which was I'm pretty sure probably played Turtles in Time too. Great game, Super Nintendo game, probably one of the best Ninja Turtles games until Shredder's Revenge. But yeah, we played Hyperstone Heist. That's it. We played Hyperstone Heist, which was very similar to Turtles in Time, but also different somehow. But yeah, definitely recommend you check that one out too if you're a Turtles fan or if you're feeling nostalgic for them. Now, this one was quite some time ago, but WarioWare Get It Together. Yeah, I'm definitely putting that in A tier. We played that together. We got through almost all of the game. There's probably like maybe 10-15% left in like the extra modes or whatever that we didn't manage to play through. But maybe we'll do that someday. But we also just got the newest Wario game for Christmas. Yeah, we only played it the once so far and streamed last weekend, right before the holiday. And yeah, I'm going to stick it right there with the other one. It plays an awful lot like the Wii WarioWare game, Smooth Moves, where the form baton was the Wiimote. Now I forget what they called it, but the Joy-Cons are now the object in the game, and you're required to take different positions when you're doing the mini games. They tell you to assume a certain position in order to perform the action, and obviously as the game increases, you're taught more of these poses and stuff, which is very complicated, and it can get overwhelming at times, but it's still fun. The WarioWare games are a lot of fun, and this is also the first time the Wario has got a new voice. The voice cast is a lot. I feel like they're doing a lot more voice acting than they've done in the past. But it's also been a while since we played Get It Together. But yeah, definitely enjoyed both of those games. Now, this one, Spider-Man Turf Wars. This is the second of the DLC chapters. I unfortunately, I want to say I got stuck. But yeah, I streamed this for a bit. I had previously played through and finished the entire main campaign, and I want to say I streamed the first DLC chapter. I also think I got all the trophies for it. But yeah, this one was tough. Yeah, I'm going to stick that next to Cowabunga Collection. It's a great game, but it's tough. Maybe it's just because it's been a while since I played it last. But, I have to put it there for now. Yeah, I still really do want to go back and try to complete that, as hard as it is, and as well as the third chapter. Obviously, I'd love to play Miles Morales and Spider-Man 2. But I don't own those. And lastly, the games I streamed Without Escape before I did The Room, as I was under the impression they were both similar kind of games. F tier. That game sucked. It was so bad. I didn't want to have to look up things online like I didn't manage to do at The Room. But, man, this game is so obtuse. And so very short, very simple. I don't remember how much I paid for it, but I probably paid too much for how awful it was. It was very rudimentary for it, the graphical style. Whereas The Room was like a VR type of experience, so it was very three-dimensional. You could turn objects all the way around and move them around and examine them, get up close. This was just a point-and-click adventure game, not adventure game, but just point-and-click kind of game where you explored this house. You only got typically one angle of a room at a time, and you had to find tiny little things to click on to pick up objects or interact with things. And there were only like 6 cutscenes, which you can unlock, and some of them were pretty similar to others. I recall it was really bad. Do not recommend you play without escape. If you're really curious, look up a video or two or something. But yeah, definitely not playing that one again. I got all the achievements in that game. At least I'm fairly certain I did. I am never touching that again. It was awful. And lastly, games I streamed, Fortnite. Fortnite gets its own row. It's what I play every day. I haven't played it today yet, so I gotta go do that once I'm finished recording this. But yeah, Fortnite. I've been playing since Season X, or possibly just before Season X. And other than when I've not been home because I've been at, furry conventions like A&E later this month, which schedule just dropped. So I've been exploring what the schedule is. I've been told the schedule might not be finalized, so I'm not sure whether I'll do a video of it for Friday or if it'll be out the following Friday or what. But expect a video talking about A&E. I know, hey, you're this deep in this video, you're only just now finding out about it, but yeah, A&E just dropped their schedule the other day. Thank you, shout outs to Tiger Fennec for letting me know that. They've also got a panel, which is really exciting. But yeah, Fortnite. As long as I'm home, I'll get my dailies done. If there are weekly challenges, I get the weeklies done, etc., etc. I'm looking forward to Solid Snake coming out later. Was it this month or next month? Yeah, I think it's at the end of the month. Looking forward to that. I've definitely gotten the Tiger Oscar and his White Tiger form. The White Tiger was the last one I was playing with until I got the tree character for the holiday season. I need to switch back to Oscar for now. I'm looking forward to getting his black electric form. But yeah, I am hooked on Fortnite. I'm always trying to get my challenges done. Yeah, it gets its own tier. A game as good as Fortnite that makes me play it every day. As long as I'm home to play, I play this game. I make sure I get my challenges done. It is my addiction. It is also largely the reason why there's been so few games that I've been playing on stream. Between work keeping me busy and the fact that I got YouTube to watch, I got anime to watch with Azurine, and movies and stuff, and Fortnite. I got to play Fortnite, and I don't want to bog my channel down playing Fortnite on stream. I know some people do that, but I figured people would get bored and unsubscribe just because they're just a Fortnite streamer. I don't want to watch that. But anyway. So going on to the list down here, we got Agatha Christie, The ABCs of Murder, or something close to that. After watching the latest Agatha Christie, or rather Hercule Poirot movie, of the Murders in Venice, was that the name of it? But yeah, we saw that earlier in the year. We saw that last year. And I wanted to go back to check out the game. I had only streamed or did a YouTube video playing the game when I first got it, doing a Let's Play back when I used to do Let's Play videos. And I could not remember how to play it. And I got back into it. I could see why I only did the one video. Did not care for the game. I could try pushing through, see if I can't play some more of it someday. But when I tried playing again this year, oh my god, it was rough. Their voice acting is a little off-putting as well. It might be something I could get used to. But yeah, that was a rough game to play. Next is The Bridge, another game that is really difficult. I managed to get to the 4th area, I did end up having to look up a couple of different things on how to get some of the trophies that I was stuck on, or some of the rooms, or something like that. But yeah, it is a very odd game. It is entirely in black and white, as the thumbnail, the cover picture would suggest. You control this little Sigmund Freud looking guy, and basically all your options are to either walk to the left or the right and rotate the world. There was a game on the Wii that I got that I forget the name of, but it was a fun little game where you control this little stick figure of a guy. At least that's memory serves, and as the world ends or something like that. I that might be wrong, but yeah, basically same kind of gameplay where the main gameplay of the game was just rotating the world, and not getting crushed by rocks, and getting to the goal or something like that with checkpoints and stuff. That one was a fun game. I remember really liking that one. It also used the Wiimote to do the controls, which was interesting. But this one, obviously not on the Wii. At least, yeah, no, it definitely wouldn't be. This is a newer game. It came out after that. Hey, you could actually use the 6-axis controller to control the movement if you want to. It's a toggleable thing. It's an interesting concept. I just wish you could skip a level that was too hard. I don't know if there's that option. I still need to look into it. Next is Clubhouse Games, 51. Is it 51? Yeah, 51 games. I put that up there with Wario. Ezra and I played that with our friend St. Drew the Winter Wizard. Shout out to St. Drew. When he was over here, last month. At least I think it was last month. And yeah, we only got to play a few of the games on there, but I remember really liking this. We played Ludo, we played Blackjack, and we played Chinese checkers. We had a lot of fun with that. I really wish there was more games on there that was 3-player compatible. It's possible that we could have played more undocked and with multiple Switch systems. We'll have to look into that. But yeah, it's a lot of fun. It's mostly just classic board games and card games and stuff like that. But yeah, you could play against the AI, or you can play against your friends. And yeah, definitely recommend that if you're into that sort of thing. Next is Crash Bandicoot 3 Warped. This was actually the Insane Trilogy Collection version that I played. Azurine streamed all 3 games, and she struggled. She struggled a lot with them. But yeah, I remember being really enamored with 2 and 3. But I wanted to give 3 another try, because it's been several years. And yeah, there are some levels in there that are as hard as she was having trouble with. And I actually found out there's a glitch. So while I was playing through it, actually not that long ago even, I was getting everything. I was grabbing the crystal, the gem, and then going back and getting the relic for every level. Some of them I ended up having to go back to later on after I got some rest and my hands, my paws were not as sore, I guess. I don't know. But I eventually did get at least the blue, or what do they call it? Whatever. The lowest tier relic, which are completed by speedrunning through a level. I got every one of them. Now, with one exception, but I'll get to that in a second. So, going through all the chapters, I got to the final area. I unlocked all the bonus levels, including Rings of Power, which is, oh my god, that was so hard. Especially considering you had to get in first place just to get one of the gems. So that was tough. But yeah, I got everything. I got all the relics and all but one relic, all but one gem, and one crystal. I think it was 104% complete. So I saved the relic run for the bonus level, Future Frenzy. I think that's what it was called. For last. But I was initially going to try to beat the game and then go do that, maybe. But I was struggling with the last motorcycle level in the fifth boss ring. I could not win that race. Maybe I could have if I kept struggling and struggling and struggling. I barely managed to get all the crates in that one for the gem. But I was tempted to ask Azurine if she could complete it for me. But before she could get home from work, I decided, you know what? I'm going to get the relic for the bonus level. Get the hardest level. Go and do that. And the game soft locked. I was stuck. I hadn't been saving. I've been using just the autosave. But yeah, when I got that, it broke something in the game where it expected me to do the rematch against Cortex before I had unlocked the fight with Cortex. Because like I said, I had not gotten the last crystal for beating the motorcycle in the sunset level. And yeah, so without the last crystal, the boss fight with Cortex was not unlocked. But the game thinks that I should be playing the rematch. So it takes away all the buttons from every warp hub, and there's supposed to be one available for the boss fight. But I go there, there's nothing. There's no buttons at all to go to any level in the game. I looked up online, this is something that has happened to other people, and the only way to get around it is to just go back to a previous save, or start over, and that's what I'm going to have to do if I want to actually do this. So it's going to be a while before I probably go back to this. I'm very tempted to try to do it again, but oh my god, there was a lot of frustrating moments. There was a lot of times where I was getting as salty as Azurine was when she was streaming it. So it is not something I would probably want to stream just for the fact that I would be getting mighty upset at certain levels. But maybe Crash 2. I don't remember having any kind of struggle with Crash 2. I remember Crash 2 being just as fun as Crash 3, so I'm sure it's even more fun than Crash 3. I'd probably put that in A rank if it was on here. But yeah, I remember that there was a time where I was going to try to do a racing stream with St. Drew the Winter Wizard playing Crash 2, and I was all set up to do that. I set everything up. I go and put my Crash 2 disc in my PlayStation 2. It wouldn't read. It thought it was too scratched or something like that. So I was like, oh no, I'm sorry, Drew. I can't. My game copy won't work, and I didn't have the... This is before Azurine got the Insane Collection, and I sold back my copy or returned my copy of Insane Collection to GameStop when I completed all 3 of the games. I still have a fair few trophies, mostly the ones for getting the gems in the first Crash Bandicoot, but I want to say I 100%ed either 2 or 3, probably 2, but I'd have to double check that. But yeah, definitely think I'll play Crash 2 again before too long. So yeah, moving on. A lot of these are going to be pretty quick. I played Dr. Robotnik's Mean Bean Machine. That one was a lot of fun. We played that together with St. Drew when he visited, just like with Clubhouse Games there. Yeah, it's a pretty simple Puyo Puyo game with slight Sonic stuff on there. And yeah, it may be simple, but it's fun. If you like Tetris sort of gameplay where objects are falling down from the top of the screen and you have to rotate them and put them down in certain spots in your play field to try to arrange them. In this case, Puyo Puyo rules, you have to line up 4, I think it was 4, touching each other. It doesn't have to be in a row like in some games, but they have to just be connected. And yeah, as long as they're connected, they will pop and disappear and everything will fall in place. In fact, objects will basically shift around, if I remember right. No, wait, no, I'm getting mixed up with a different game. But yeah, it was pretty fun. I kind of wish I had that kind of game growing up. The way I played it was in the Sega Genesis collection that I have. Before we played it on played it together. But yeah, that was a lot of fun. I definitely play that some more. Next is Epic Mickey 2, The Power of Two, I think it was. Yeah. Azurine wanted to play this game. Somebody had requested Epic Mickey. This is a 2-player game. One person controls Mickey, the other person controls Oswald the Lucky Rabbit. We didn't really play a whole lot of it. We didn't really get really into it. Actually, you know what? I think it was better than Agatha Christie. I'll put it in C tier here. I'd probably go back to playing that. Although playing on the PC was a little tough for me. I never did finish the original. But yeah, it was decent, but it was hard to control. Now, Fall Guys. Fall Guys is a tough one. Yeah, I'll put it in. Oh man, to a B or C. I'll put it B tier. It can get frustrating at times, and I know Azurine is really annoyed by how the loading times are with leaving a match you failed and starting up a new match. Can get difficult. I can understand her frustration, but I don't get nearly as angry and screaming her head off at how annoying it can be. But I play Fortnite a lot, so I'm used to the wait times. I'll usually be watching a YouTube video or something while playing Fortnite or Fall Guys if I'm playing. I really need to play Fall Guys more if I want to get enough of those points to be able to unlock the Red Panda skin when it becomes available. But for now, it's just simple costumes. Next, I don't remember how much of F-Zero 99 I played, but it was okay. I didn't grow up playing F-Zero, so that wasn't something that I had a nostalgia for. But for what it is, it seems to be a fairly simple kind of game where just you and 98 other people are all racing on the same raceway. So it gets pretty crowded there. So I don't know, not really for me. Now Hitman Go. Hitman Go was a very fun but basic game. Basically, you control, it's like a board game sort of thing where you control the movement of the hitman as he traverses around the board, and you have to pick up your briefcase, you have to take out targets, disguises. It plays very similarly to how the main Hitman games go, but as a board game. And yeah, there's a lot of levels in there. I hear that the makers of this game also made a Tomb Raider game, which might be interesting to look into. But yeah, I got either the platinum or the 100%. I forget which one there was, but I got all the trophies for this one. It was something for a while when I picked it back up that I was getting through one section a night. I was like, okay, I want to. After I finished Fortnite, I went and logged into this game. I played it almost until the controller battery died. Sometimes, but yeah, it was a lot of fun. It was a lot of brain scratcher moments, trying to figure things out. Especially when there was one of the challenges would be to complete the level in a certain number of moves. So you had to figure out the optimal path to get through the level. So that was interesting. Next to Injustice 1 and 2 were ones that Azurine and I played together. I did stream Injustice, the original Injustice. I have that one. Injustice 2 is a game Azurine only has. Yeah, I'm going to put that in C. And I think I'm going to put them both there. But yeah, the main reason we got the second one was because the Ninja Turtles are in there. You can play as Ninja Turtles. Though that was really weird. The Ninja Turtles were like really difficult to be able to switch them out and play as the other turtles. It was a whole process till we had to look it up. So that was, I almost feel like knocking it down a peg for that alone. But I'm going to keep them both at C tier. They're okay. In fact, I probably could have put Mortal Kombat X. I think we played that together as well. Now, Jackbox games. Actually, you know what? Nah. There's some Jackbox games that aren't perfect. So I'm going to put that in A tier. Otherwise, if I was hand-picking which games, I'd be here all day. There's now 10 of them, and I think I've played some on each one of them. I only own the first, second, third, fourth, fifth, and seventh. I don't have the sixth one yet, or anything beyond 7. But I've played. I play with other people who have them online. I think at least one from every other one. Maybe I'm forgetting that. But in any case, I played through quite a few of these. I played Jackbox. I played You Don't Know Jack games before Jackbox was a thing. I love the You Don't Know Jack series. I really wish I had the well, I guess they technically do with the first Jackbox. But yeah, there was I rented or got and returned the or something the PlayStation 3 version, which had trophies for You Don't Know Jack game where it was episodic, and I wish I'd gotten the trophy, the platinum trophy for that, because that was a lot of fun. Now, moving out, that's another game that we play with St. Drew. I finally got to play this. I've had this for quite some time now. I think we actually played a little bit of this with our friend Lycos, but I don't think, I guess we didn't really get into it or something. I don't remember what happened. But yeah, we finally got to play it 3-player with St. Drew the Winter Wizard and Azurine. It was a lot of fun. It got tricky at times, trying to do the team-up moves of lifting heavy objects. One person's on one side, one person's on the other side, having to lift like a couch or a bed or a refrigerator. But yeah, basically you're a moving team, and you have to carry everything out of the house and into a moving truck and be able to fit everything on the moving truck. Apparently, though, there are things you can toggle so you don't have to worry about making everything fit in the truck. Just have to get it to the truck. We might have been done better if we had just had that, because there were times where we ran out of time strictly because we couldn't manage to cram everything in the truck. But yeah, that was a lot of fun. I did play it solo a little bit after that, and cleaned up some of the achievements that were in there. So that was a lot of fun. First of all, before I move on, Rondo of Blood. That Castlevania Rondo of Blood. That was the one that I couldn't think of earlier. So, next is Portal 2. This is a game that Azurine and I played together on her stream. She played through both Portal 1 and 2, but Portal 2 is the one that's co-op. So we played that together with her. That is, for me, that is S tier. I am excited to play more Portal 2. I heard that there's supposed to be some DLC that comes out this year, or this month even. So I'm looking forward to getting to play that, whether it's on my own or with Azurine, if she's up to it. I know she got rather frustrated with it. She had some hard times with this game. Apparently, she was really upset that the game kept going when she thought she was done. But yeah, definitely a game I love. I wish they'd make Portal 3 already. This DLC that's coming out hopefully will scratch that itch, as it were. But yeah, definitely loved Portal 2. Next is Resident Evil 4 Chainsaw Demo. Yeah, that one's up there. I want to get the full remake game. I looked up a few different things about some of the secrets in there. From what I've seen, there are a fair few additional things in there. There are some good changes. I don't see a lot of things that I was like, oh man, why did they get rid of that sort of thing. So I'm looking forward to playing that. It's just a demo, so I couldn't really see myself putting that as S. But yeah, I am definitely hanging on to this this Chainsaw demo here. Don't know why they called it that, other than just it's a fun name. Next is Resident Evil 7 Beginning Hour. That one I'll put in B tier. I definitely am considering getting. I was considering getting Resident Evil 7, but Azurine actually technically has it for her Xbox One. I think it's yeah. Anyway, she has this game, so I might just play that copy instead of getting my own to get the trophies. Just get the achievements. But yeah, I initially was skeptical I'd like the game. It's first person. I'm not really much of a first person outside of Portal games. But yeah, I figured I'd give this a try. So yeah, maybe if I do end up liking playing it on the Xbox, I may end up getting it on PlayStation just so I get credit for the achievements, the trophies. But yeah, it being a first-person game was really tough, but the demo was pretty fun. There's not a whole lot of combat except for the final boss, which I struggled. I could not beat this thing. You actually have to defeat it or get past it without getting damaged in order to get the good ending. Initially, when I streamed it, did I stream this? Maybe I did. I could have put this on the list of games I streamed. But yeah, there's a thing about this game where you can not even see this boss if you don't jump through the right number of hoops. But yeah, currently playing through Super Mario RPG Legend of 7 Stars. Definitely S rank. I am loving it. I am taking it slow because I want this thing to last. It is a brand new game. I'm looking forward to Azurine getting to stream it eventually. But yeah, I have 2 stars left. Obviously, one's the end of the game. But yeah, I've just as last I played this, I got to Great Guy's Casino. The 2 games that were there before got changed up. You don't have to pay any money for them. The slot machine type game is pretty much the same, but the other one is not blackjack anymore. It's now a memory match game, which is the difficulty is completely defeated by the fact you can screenshot your screen and there's only like 10 pictures and most of them are Toad. It seems like Toad is just a filler. I don't think he even asked you for that. So basically you just have to memorize where the 5 playable characters are and you'll get asked 3 of them. If you really wanted to try to not, cheat, it doesn't seem very hard. And I have yet to do the Look the Other Way game with Greek Guy. But, yeah, I imagine that'll be a while before I unlock the special item from him. But I probably will grind that out. But yeah, definitely love it. I'm digging the fact that there's a bestiary to fill out. Frog coins are a lot easier to get than I remember them being. So I got everything from the frog guy. So yeah, and the fact that there's spillover inventory into a box in your house, I really like that. As much as I wish that you could just have as many as you collect in your inventory, I get it. Having a maximum of 10 of most things is fine. I only just started needing to use items lately because usually I could just exit out of the area, go to my house or Rose Town, and now I guess the Musty Fears bed for a free night stay. There's no reason in this game to pay to stay in an inn other than the Marrymore suite, just for the experience of doing that. Yeah, there's no reason to pay for staying in an inn in this game. And the last 2 here, we got Tony Hawk Pro Skater 1+2. Great game. Definitely recommend it if you've played any of the Tony Hawk games. This is like everything the first 2 games should have been. I wish they kept going. I wish they made a DLC or a Tony Hawk 3 and 4 game or something. I look forward to seeing what comes next in this franchise. The music selection, I think most of the songs from the original 2 games are in there. Maybe a couple had to be removed for certain reasons, but they recaptured those games quite perfectly with the new moves. Oh man, it was great playing that game, those 2 games again. And Windjammers 2, another game that we played with St. Drew when he visited. Yeah, it's okay. I'm not as big of a fan of it as the two of them are. And I managed to pull off a win or two here or there, but for the most part, I wasn't nearly as good as they were. But yeah, it's basically volleyball with a frisbee, that sort of thing. It's kind of hard to describe it more than that, but it is interesting. It's kind of fun. But yeah, they were still wanting to keep going, and I had gotten bored of it already. It's very rudimentary, other than changing up you're picking between like 10 different characters, and I don't know, were there like 10 different stages with one unlockable bonus character, Discman. He has a frisbee for a head. Yeah, if you're interested in playing this game, to unlock the guy, you basically just have to rotate the character selection around and around and around, and he'll just pop up on the side, and you just select him. Reminds me of the old Marvel vs. Capcom game where you could unlock some extra characters that icons existed off the selection screen by inputting a certain directional pad sequence. That was one of those things that you either just did by accident or you found it in a gaming magazine or something. That was interesting back then. But yeah, those were all the games that I played in 2023. And I hope you enjoyed this video. Sorry that it ended up being so long. I had a lot to say about some of these. And yeah, as you can see, I played a lot more games that I thought were good than just okay or bad. Really, only two of the games were bad. Like everything in C tier is just, it's okay. They're enjoyable for what they are, but they're not great. B tier was pretty good. Really good games, but they had some flaws, or there was some things that could have been better about them. A tier was like near perfection. Definitely want to play again, or want to play the sequel in the case of The Room. And and if they ever did make a sequel to Hitman Go, if maybe I'll play the Tomb Raider one that they did. But yeah, definitely want to play those. S tier, I'd play that again anytime. Those are all great games. And Fortnite tier, yeah, like I said, I play Fortnite every single day I can. So until Fortnite gets shut down, I'm gonna keep playing Fortnite. I foresee that being the future of my gaming. But yeah, it's one of those games where once the server gets shut down, the game's gone forever. So you either play it now or you don't get to play it, when it's gone. Everything else on this list, I can play this 30 years. I can play any of those other games 30 years from now. Maybe not Jackbox, I guess. That might disappear. Who knows? But yeah, Fortnite, once it's gone, it's gone. And on top of that, each season, they change things up. The map is always changing. The items that you can use get changed around. The experience each chapter, each season, is slightly different than the previous one. So there's a reason to keep playing, every day. Because there's always new stuff they're adding or removing or changing around, and so on. So yeah, between all the challenges, getting to do leveling up and all that, it's a lot of fun. And I had to put it in like the Super S tier, its own tier, Fortnite tier. But yeah, thank you for watching. And like I said, hopefully we'll have another video out for Friday, and whether it be on A&E, reviewing a movie we've seen, or doing another tier list with Azurine this time. Yeah, we'll see. We've got a lot of irons in the fire. We actually are nearing watching the One Piece film Red. We finally got past episode 1000 of One Piece, which was an amazing thing. We've really just been watching several episodes every day if we can. But yeah, so look forward to more content, and thanks for watching. So yeah, bye-bye.